Our kids growing up with, these two guys in our home, they have such a big heart.
Oh, huge. And 3 of our 4 children currently or at some point in the past have hosted people with disabilities. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Lewis.
Wonderful. And you are professional parents, host home parents?
We started as professional parents because our individuals were younger than 18,
Okay.
but now we're a host home. We have 2 men in our home that are 32 and 44.
How long have they been with you?
Yeah, we just went through that today. We April of 2004, and then the second one came in 2010.
November on my birthday. It was a good birthday
November of
present.
2010.
What interested you in the first place in becoming a professional parent?
So we have 4 children, and they all were successful. Our youngest was 13, and we had space in our home and room in our hearts for, to help people, whatever way that was. And some good friends of ours had a child in their home, and they weren't having the easiest time with it. So the team was meeting, and I remember they said, well, she's not going to be able to live in a home. She'll have to go to the state hospital for the rest of her life. And I said, oh my goodness, can you guys? So we had done respite. We'd done like Monday nights
With
or
her,
whatever
yeah.
to give them a break. So we got to know her, and she was
And she'd
fine.
been over here many times and went
But
swimming. And
when it's just respite or
everything.
evenings, you can't really determine if their behaviors are going to be that way or they'll change. So it worked out. She
so we
moved in.
said, could you come live with us?
Please,
Can
a
we
last
help?
resort
Yeah.
before the state hospital.
Yeah.
So she was here about 1.5 years, and then she moved back home to her family. And it's so sweet. I see her at Rise Halloween parties and different things.
That's fun.
Anyway, so that's how we got started.
Yeah, and then she was how long? Near the end, when she was going to move out, another boy moved in. He was about 17 at the time, and because they said, "Do you want to try, some more?" And because she was able to move home with her family after, so that was really neat.
Yeah, it was.
But anyway, another boy moved in, and he was with us for about a year till a little bit after he turned 18, and then he went to a
To more
group
independent
home or
type.
more independent.
Now you have the 2.
Yes.
How did you end up with them?
So the first guy, well, it was after the 18-year-old had left.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we had them for a weekend, maybe respite. So the young man that is here, and he has got an older brother, a few years older, and they both moved out of their location. Our guy was not getting along very well. We didn't hear the whole story, but when we heard later on, after he was here for months, and like, wait, what did he do at his other home? Oh my gosh!
We've
I'm
never
so-
seen anything like
I
that.
mean, sometimes he leaves the light on, and
Yeah. Yeah,
or he
we
forgets
used
to get a napkin.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, we did a weekend of respite with them, and then he moved in.
Yeah, they
soon
said
after
they
that.
needed a placement for him, and
It was hard for them to decide to separate them because being with family is always really good and important. But for these 2, I just feel like the trauma they had experienced together was just too much to handle.
You've been doing this 20 plus years?
30, is that
Yeah.
30 years?
We just live our life. I kind of felt bad because I told our coordinator at the time, I can't handle clothing and feeding and doing that much. That's too much for me. I was working full time. I taught school, and Lewis was working full time, and so we needed someone that could just go along with our family because we do lots of stuff. We go camping and ride motorcycles and go in the boat and stuff like that.
What's been, I don't know, you can both answer this, what's been the hardest thing about being a professional parent / host home? So I'll ask you first.
I'd say, just, sometimes if we want to go do things on our own, and we have, and that's a nice thing, is you can schedule how many days of respite a year and how many hours a week. So, so that's hard. Sometimes maybe we're low on
We
the
can't be as
days.
spontaneous, like, hey, let's
Yeah.
go overnight. Oh, wait, we can't.
But we can, because our guys can go and do
Right.
just about everything.
They can.
And they love it. So,
It's made me more bold. I mean, I'm getting more bold with age, but I'll confront people if they say something that I don't feel is appropriate. And like, why would you even say that out loud to this person? What would you say to me that's similar? I mean, just because they look different or act a little different, or maybe they stare, it's hard for me when I see them being made fun of or,
Sure.
felt less of a person or, spoken to as less than a person or something. Just
What are the joys?
Our kids growing up with, these two guys in our home, they have such a big heart.
oh, huge, yeah.
So it affected your kids.
Oh yes, very.
And 3 of our 4 children currently or at some point in the past have hosted people with disabilities.
And my understanding is, as you move, one of your kids is going to take over and be the
So it's
host.
going to be just a natural family, transition.
Yeah, and they already, as brother and sister really is
Yeah.
what they call her.
For the first
and her
one.
husband.
He doesn't have
But-
family.
Yeah. So so that's just so our 3 of our children just with foster care, and one's even gone into law to be a helper for that.
She's a guardian ad
a
litem.
guardian ad litem.
Yeah.
If I were sitting on the fence, whether to be a professional parent, host home provider, what advice would you give me?
We've had so much support, first of all. Like, you're not alone. It's not like they're going to say, here's somebody, thanks, see ya. We'll see you in like 6 months, we come check in. I mean, our coordinator's here every month, the social worker person from the state, whatever their term is, they do monthly visits, and there's a lot of support that way. I could call the office and our coordinator any time of the day, and she'd be there with help.
Well, I think it's awesome. You guys are wonderful. It's a pleasure for me to meet you, and as president and founder of Rise, I'm just honored that there are people like you in the world. God bless you.